Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for our e-Gurukula sessions. And this is today is a very auspicious day, Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day. In Sanskrit, this disappearance day is called as what? Anyone heard the Sanskrit name for this? The disappearance day. The personalities, they leave from this planet, they go back to the spiritual world, they go back to the further continuing their devotional service. So in the Sanskrit, this word is called as Tirobhava. Avirbhav means appearance. Tirobhava means disappearance. So physical presence is no more now. But the Srila Prabhupada's physical presence is felt as much as when Prabhupada was personally also here. That's the glory of Srila Prabhupada. He has given us very wonderful movement. He has given us the best of the God. He has given us the best of the mantra. He has given us the best of the process. He has given us the best of the people. He has given us the best of the destination to reach. And that's why what is this, how this process is experienced. Ninth chapter, that word comes na, Raja Vidya Rajagoyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyaksha Avagamam Dharmyam. And what is that last word?
Susukham kartum avyayam.
Susukham. Not only Sukham, Susukham. It's very happy, very joyful process. Anandam Ambudhi Vardhanam. It increases the ocean of bliss. Right? So that's what something great, isn't it? Like, let's say somebody helps us, somebody gives us something good or things and all. We find really very grateful for such person. Right? But Srila Prabhupada gave us such a best of the things. There is no match. There is no comparison to that. So how much we should be grateful, how much we should be about this, the sacrifice what Srila Prabhupada has done for all of us. So today we posted one the clipping of Srila Prabhupada Vyas Puja offering given by one of our teacher. How many of you saw that? On the channel we posted, you can watch it. The Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja offering. It is in Hindi, but a very amazing theme is being brought out there. About anyone watched? Anyone saw? It speaks about Srila Prabhupada's dedication, Srila Prabhupada's increasing dedication. Okay, so that theme will speak today in a brief, and that's what will glorify Srila Prabhupada. And then I hope all of you also have some words to speak about Prabhupada. So we'll give each of you also the chance to speak for a couple of minutes. Whatever best you can speak in glorification of Srila Prabhupada. So let us begin with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So according to date, it was November 14, 1977. It was at night 7:26 p.m. The Srila Prabhupada left from this planet. According to Tithi, it comes today. So that's what the Tithi is, the exact notice, exact period where we celebrate this occasion. Like Janmashtami, Ashtami is the Tithi. So Ram Navami, Dashera, Dashmi. So like that, various Tithi wise also these festivals are being noticed. So this date marks. So I'll just show you some of the Prabhupada's milestones in the life of Srila Prabhupada, how Prabhupada have achieved various things. So today morning in the devotees were speaking. So 4 principles what Srila Prabhupada is given to all of us. Anyone heard online or something? Any of you attended? 4 principles Srila Prabhupada has given us in ISKCON society to follow. Yes, so you can take a note. It's I mean already also before we have discussed that, but it's important to recollect, and that's what we have to follow. Those very nicely we follow. It will bring out very wonderful changes. So you all are able to see here on the what you are seeing on the screen.
We are able to see that altar screen. Altar screen you can see.
Only altar is there. Okay, yeah. Now you can see. Now you are able to see the milestones in the life of Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. So we thought just all of us we know already episodes and the details, but here year-wise it is marked so that it becomes very good collection for all of us. And then we'll speak about those 4 principles what Srila Prabhupada has given to all of us. So yeah, why there is a difference between Hindi calendar, English calendar? Because English calendar runs with the hourly, in the sense 24 hours, irrespective of the movements of the sun, right? But then the sun movements and the moon movements, there are 2 different. So that's what there is a difference comes. So cyclic, it is a cyclic, whereas it is the English calendar like a linear scale. It goes on. Whereas Vedic calculations are cyclic, like summer and then winter, again summer, then winter, again summer and winter. So, okay. So here it is, 1896, Srila Prabhupada appeared. Srila Prabhupada was born as Abhay Charan Day on the September 1st in Calcutta, West Bengal, India, at about 4 p.m. to Father Gaur Mohan Day and Mother Rajni Devi. And then 1918, Srila Prabhupada got married. Radharani Datta was the name of the wife of Srila Prabhupada. But Prabhupada was not happy. All of you know that episode. But then how wonderful insights his father gave. So if one remain caught up in the the family life, then the focus on that's what the further ashramas from Grihastha ashram, then Vanaprastha and Sannyas is not being focused. So although the wife is not of your choice, you are liking, then that's good Krishna's gift for you. So that you focus on your goal. So very, very amazing way that episode we read. All of you remember, recollect that episode we read in the Lilamrit discussion. Yes, anyone remember? Srila Prabhupada's father narrates, says to Prabhupada, Abhay. So that is 1918, 1922. That was a historic meeting. At which place Srila Prabhupada met with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur? What was that place? Anyone knows? The Srila Prabhupada's meeting with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. What was that place name? That's what today it's a very, very amazing work is going to come up. Srila Prabhupada's, that's what our movement actually start taking a shape. With that sowing the seed of Krishna consciousness. That seed sowing program happened. So that's happened in Calcutta. This place name is Ulta Danga Junction. It's a very, very historic place. There amazing work is going to come. The place has come to ISKCON. So very, very beautiful memory in that historical incident that took place. So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, as soon as he saw Prabhupada, without speaking any other thing, generally we meet new people, we ask, right, how are you, as things. So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur directly told, you are a young educated man, why don't you speak the message of Lord Chaitanya in English language? That will do good for you and for the entire world. Because Prabhupada told many, many reasons Prabhupada gives. But only lacking thing in this material world is what? What is the only problem? Krishna consciousness. that comes, everything will set right. Because Prabhupada is telling India should get freedom first. Things and all many reasons. So that is 1922. And then 1925, that was the Prabhupada visits Vrindavan. Because 1922 Prabhupada got so deeply impressed from the life of his meeting with Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. After meeting his friend, what is Abhay's friend who took Abhay forcefully to meet Sadhu? Anyone knows? Abhay's friend. Who was?
Narendranath Datta.
Narendranath Datta. So then Narendranath Datta asked, how do you felt? How do you feel the Swami? Then Abhay said, a very nice saintly person. Mission of Lord Chaitanya is in the perfect hand. That's what and then that created such a deep impression in the heart of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was longing for the opportunity to meet, take association, hear from the and then he had decided that I'll accept him as my guru, as my spiritual master. That is then 1925 Prabhupada got to know that Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is taking the parikrama in Vrindavan. So that there also very amazing incident happened. That also shows how Srila Prabhupada was so deeply connected with spiritual master. So generally we go to holy places and all. So there they go for a dham darshan. The various places where Lord Krishna or Lord have performed various episodes. So that was early morning hours, and then the Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur was going to leave from that to Mathura for some other works. So they announced that the Guru Maharaj Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is going to leave for next few days. So that today he will be speaking. But at the same time, there is a darshan is being scheduled as per the plan. The darshan of Sheshashai Vishnu. That is towards in Vrindavan, in that area. So whoever want, they can sit and hear the class, or those who want, they can go. So devotee have an option. And then there Abhay says, what I can see with this eyes, material eyes, let me hear from my guru, from my spiritual master. And Abhay sits there. And only few sannyasis, Keshav Pragyan Maharaj and 2-3 other sannyasis, and Abhay was the one who was sitting and hearing. So that time also Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur takes a note. He likes to hear. So this is another very, very important point. We cannot understand the Lord's episodes or Lord's places with our blunt eyes or with our own kind of intelligence. But when we hear the words from spiritual master, that creates the right understanding, proper outlook. Then we can see with that chakshu, jnana chakshu, shastra chakshu, prema chakshu, right? So Abhay was deeply interested for hearing from his spiritual master. So Vani association is most important. So Vapu also we should look for. That's what Prabhupada went. But then he did not go for the darshan. He sat down for hearing from them. So hearing is very, very important. Hearing is the beginning of 9 processes of devotional service. And that only leads to further practices very, very nicely. So Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, like that it goes. So if you don't hear only, then how can we do other practice? Because we don't know the importance, we don't know the things, right? Like let's say you miss your class, school class, right? Then what happens? We were not learned from the teacher, then how will you go ahead with your assignments, exams, right? We may study ourselves, but then teacher might have taught very nice shortcuts, very nice formulas to memorize and things and all. We are lost. So hearing, that's why we have everyday classes. Some of you might be thinking also, we know already Krishna book, we know already many shlokas and things, Why do everyday hear? No, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Every day one should hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's what so this 1925, that historic meeting happened. And then 1933, that was the time when Srila Prabhupada received initiation. 1922, Prabhupada accepted. 1933, the initiation happened. 11 years, right? So Prabhupada was deeply fixed up that I have accepted him in my heart to heart as my guru. That's what 1933, when the initiation was happening, then they introduced each candidate to the spiritual master. So the Abhay came, and then the devotees there, they told to Bhaktivedanta Thakur that this is Abhay Babu, and this they started telling he has a farm. And Bhaktivedanta Thakur said, I know about him. He likes to hear. And then immediately the Bhaktivedanta Thakur gave him initiation. So this was 1933. So 1922 meeting, 1933 initiation. 1911 also marks something. Maybe let me recall if it comes. So these very, very historic numbers. 1944, 1955, 1966, and 1977. Prabhupada went back to God. So all are multiples of 11. Then 1935, again, Prabhupada gets opportunity to go to the Vrindavan. His spiritual master was there. Again, there, the Bhaktivedanta Thakur says that whenever you get money, print books. Preach in English language and print books. Because that time what had happened, in the name of so much nice temples and rooms and all, so some of the people, they were quarreling with each other that I will have this facility, I will have that facility. So Bhaktivedanta Thakur was not very happy. So he said, the purpose of our temples, purpose of our nice buildings is not for taking our facilities for oneself. So better to sell off this property and print the books and distribute the books. So that's what Bhaktivedanta Thakur said to Prabhupada, that whenever you get money, print books. That very historic instruction Bhaktivedanta Thakur gave to Prabhupada at that time. And of course, later, I think 1937, 1937, yeah, if I'm not wrong, Bhaktivedanta Thakur departs. So just before the departure of Bhaktivedanta Thakur, Prabhupada writes later once again that I am not there with you, close to you. All your disciples are so close and things and all. And I am a married person. What can I do for you? And then just before the Bhaktivedanta Thakur departs, the letter comes with the same instruction. Preach in English language and print books. That will do good for you and for the entire world. Then Prabhupada understands this is a confirmation, and that's all I'll give my life now. In the first meeting, in the second meeting, and then the last meeting also. All the time, same thing it has been told. And that's what 1944 Prabhupada started with the Back to Godhead magazine. This also, before that, what happened in one of the Vyas Puja offering of Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, when Bhaktivedanta Thakur was there present, Prabhupada had written a very beautiful poem describing about the glories of his spiritual master. And very, very beautiful. And when Bhaktivedanta Thakur heard the poem, one of the stanza touched his heart. Then he said, Abhay has understood my mission. Abhay has understood the purpose of my service. Whatever he write, just print. No need to edit. Like sometimes we write essay and all, teacher will correct the grammar, teacher will correct the statement or proper flow and all. But seeing the Prabhupada, that stanza was impersonal calamity, thou has moved. Very, very beautiful, Prabhupada. That poem also we'll study one day. So after reading that poem and noting that stanza, Bhaktivinoda Thakur felt, yes, he has understood my heart. He has understood my mission. So whatever he write, just print. No need to edit. He has understood me correctly. So that's what Prabhupada's, these books are what we have received. They're glorious. 1944. This Prabhupada started with the Back to Godhead magazines. And then 1947, the Prabhupada got the title Bhakti Vedanta. Because the initiation happened 1933, but then Prabhupada, the Bhaktivinoda Thakur left. But in the dream of Abhay, Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to come. Take sannyas, take sannyas. Right? We read in Lilamrit, Abhay used to get frightened. Arey, how come I am married, I have a wife, children, and how can I take sannyas? Then he consults his god brothers and things, and then they understand, oh yes. And that's what 1959 awarded sannyas, the renounced order in Mathura, by one of his god brothers. His name is Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj. On the day of, I think it was Sankranti, if I am not wrong, or Vishwaroop takes sannyas, I think similarly that day only, it was awarded a sannyas ceremony. So Bhakti Vedanta, what is meaning of the word Bhakti Vedanta? Just before we go ahead. Prabhupada's name is Abhay Charana Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. AC, Abhay Charana. And then Bhakti Vedanta. Abhay means fearless. Bhaya means the fear. Abhay means the fearless. Abhay Charana. Charana means? What is meaning by Charan?
Prabhuji feet.
The lotus feet of the Lord. Abhay Charana, one who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, he has become a fearless. Abhay Charana. And then Abhay Charan was the name given to Prabhupada, but then the Bhakti Vedanta title was added, noting his great work of writing and such a brilliant preaching service what Prabhupada was doing. So actually what Prabhupada was doing, Prabhupada was running the pharmacy. But then what he used to do, he used to take one of his sannyasi god brothers and so to the programs, to the public programs. He used to call the people, and then he used to ask him to do kirtan and all. And then kirtan, everything is over. Because they were not speaking, then Prabhupada used to stand and he used to speak. What is the purpose of life? How this material world, what is the spiritual world, and how we are caught up. So Prabhupada used to speak. And so that's what everyone observed, his great understanding of Krishna consciousness. So what is meaning by the word Bhakti Vedanta? There are two words in that, Bhakti and Vedanta. Vedanta means what? Again, Veda Anta. Vedanta.
Prabhuji means like knowledge of Vedas means like similarly.
Yeah. So the knowledge. So in general, knowledge. The Vedanta means end of knowledge, ultimate knowledge.
Yeah, bro. So in that sense, that then Bhakti Vedanta or means like Bhakti at the end of all the knowledge.
Of course, yeah, that also maybe can be said. But here, why the title was given Bhakti Vedanta? Because Prabhupada is a very greatly scholar personality, but then he has that bhakti also. He has that love and devotion to the Supreme Lord. And that's what Prabhupada writes in his poem on Jalduta. Bhakti nahi, Veda nahi, name khubadharo. So, oh Lord, I don't have bhakti, I don't have Veda, means knowledge, but I have received this name as Bhakti Vedanta. Now it is your responsibility to make my name fulfilled. So you help me, you guide me. That's what Prabhupada's humility speaks. So basically, the knowledge, but then it's not only a dry knowledge or kind of a philosophy, but giving a devotion also. So that's why both things, Gyan and Bhakti, both. So that's what title was honored, like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. That title was given, like that Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Vaibhav, like that different titles are there. So that's all. Then 1959 sannyas, 1965, that was a historic event. Prabhupada boarded the Jaldut, the cargo ship, voyage to USA. It's revolutionary embarking, so that the whole world should know how the movement, our great Acharya, how we started with. Right? Something great we want to start, we make sure everything is there, everything is planned, all are there, I am safe, secure, and then I will go ahead. Otherwise, I will not go. Prabhupada was completely dependent on the Lord. He tried his best. Nobody was supporting and all. Finally, he took the plan. That's what he made it up. Actually, a lot of details are there. Time is short, but you'll be amazed to know how Srila Prabhupada was constantly meditating on fulfilling the instruction of his spiritual master. So which year Prabhupada received the instruction to preach in Western world? Which year?
1922.
1922. And which year it got manifested?
Within
1966.
1966.
Yeah, almost 65 Prabhupada boarded, went, and then 1966 the corporation of ISKCON. ISKCON gets incorporated, officially it gets established. 44 years patiently going on and on. Can you imagine? Like, let's say somebody says us to do something and then immediately we're not able to do, we drop it. We say, no, I cannot do it. It's difficult. And we never take any kind of a call again on that. But Prabhupada, his teacher was not there with him, his spiritual teacher, Bhakti Thakur. Nobody was there to ask him that, are you fulfilling, are you doing or not? What is this? No. This is the meaning of giving a heart. Giving a heart means no need to say, to do this. I will do no matter what happens because it pleases my spiritual master. For his pleasure, I will do. So this is a best servant, topmost servant. So that's what 19. So today morning also we were playing a lecture in Temple Hall, Bhagavatam class by Srila Prabhupada on the disappearance of his spiritual master has spoken. So how Prabhupada remembers so strongly, and then literally he is in tears, thanking everyone. My Guru Maharaj has sent all of you as your reference. So very, very heart touching it was.
Who, Prabhuji?
Prabhupada says, Prabhupada was speaking on the disappearance of his spiritual master. That lecture in Los Angeles, Prabhupada has given, that we played today morning in temple. So that very, very heart touching it was. Prabhupada was in tears at the end. He was saying, my Guru Maharaj has sent all of you to assist me in my mission. So I should thank you all very, very much. I should thank you more. So see, that is a humility of Prabhupada. So 1965, Prabhupada arrives in Boston. 1966, the ISKCON get incorporated. So that's also amazing episode. People were telling, Prabhupada, you are making this society international, but instead of Krishna, you put God, because God means for everyone. Krishna means it looks like a sectarian or kind of a thing. Prabhupada says, no, Krishna is not a sectarian God. I don't want to call as a God consciousness and give them something else or no. I want to say emphatically, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is not like a sectarian God only for Indians or Hindus or so. Krishna is a father for entire living entities, entire world. So that's what ISKCON. And how many people were that time? See, Prabhupada envisioned how the society will come in 1966. There were hardly 10 or 12 peoples, and that too also they were sure or not how long they will continue. But great, in Lilamrit it comes in a very, very graphic way. How was things? And Prabhupada seeing vision only, they were shocked. How come he's thinking like this? Prabhupada says we'll have hundreds of temples, thousands of devotees everywhere, right? So ours is a worldwide organization. What is worldwide? Only one center, Prabhupada, with few people there. So this is called as a vision. So Prabhupada was such a amazing his plan to offer his service to his spiritual master.
Yeah, bro. Normally means like the devotees of Lord, whatever they predict, actually that comes true. Like means Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he predicted that means
Yes.
very close associate of Lord will come and he'll spread that, and he'll spread this Lord Chaitanya's message. And really Prabhupada came, and then Prabhupada predicted that there will be thousands of temples, and it's really now there are thousands of temples.
Yeah.
He left that temple number in 108. And then now it has expanded to means thousands probably.
Yes. Actually, even Nityananda Prabhu also told, Adbhuta Mandira Hoibe, there is going to be the great temple here. And what is that temple? Now it's getting happened. Now it's getting fulfilled. Which is
Madhvacharya also said that like
Temple of Vedic planetarium.
Yeah, temple of Vedic.
TOVP.
Yeah, TOP. So of course,
like
yeah, all great acharyas, of course, they have given the vision about this, especially yes. So one thing becomes very, very clear. To the degree we are nicely connected to Guru Parampara, to the degree we are following purely, that's what we will conclude with those 4 principles. To the degree we follow these teachings purely, to that degree, the things will become very, very clear. We'll be able to see, envision the things which is beyond the realm of this material world. So that's what the Lord gives us the vision. Tesham evanu kampartham aham ajnanajam tama. So Lord gives that torchlight of jnana deepena bhasvata. So this is a beauty because of strong connection. So Prabhupada was given his heart. He was strongly connected with his spiritual master. That's what the whole Guru Parampara blessed Prabhupada. And that's what 1968 Bhagavad Gita got published. Of course, all of you know Bhagavad Gita also. 2 times it got stolen practically. It was too much, isn't it? Prabhupada was not ready to give up. He wanted to continue his service of writing. 1970, the GBC was established because Prabhupada's all over worldwide organization to see. That's why this is another gift given to all of us. We're not all alone here, 2-3 of us. Right? GBC means Governing Body Commission. 40-50 senior most devotees in ISKCON. They all come together. And then
they are all the personal means very personal and senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, so some are Prabhupada disciples and some are like a grand disciples also. So they all come together and then they think about how all over the world ISKCON will grow. What best can be done for everyone. Right? Recently this Bangladesh incident happened. So that was again, all devotees should come, do kirtans, create little awareness so that government takes a proper action. So they are there, us behind us. So we follow GBC. We're following Prabhupada very nicely. So that's what that 1970.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhu, may I say something?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, Prabhu, actually that means the GBC means GBC governing body means commission member for this ISKCON Hyderabad is Jayapataka Swami, Prabhu.
Yes, correct. For Hyderabad, our ISKCON Hyderabad, His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, and regional GBC, the zonal GBC, that is His Holiness Bhanu Maharaj. Yeah, so that's what very, very nice. Every temples is being given the leaders so that it is being go in a proper direction, follows in the right way.
Yeah, Prabhu. Actually means Jayapataka Swami he had means in 2020 he had actually means joined to see the Tatapur temple progress and all the other projects for ISKCON Hyderabad. Prabhu.
Yes. That's what they always look forward, how the temples are progressing, how the devotees are going.
Prabhu, they all supervise the work.
That's the great service. Yeah, that's the great service done by Srila Prabhupada, because knowing that how the society will far and wide it will grow, expand, so that it has been properly guided, properly been taken ahead. So Prabhupada established the GBC. And then 1972, that is BBT. So Prabhupada's spiritual master gave instruction, write books in English language, and then preach in a Western world. So these 2 instructions Prabhupada fulfilled by establishing these 2 organizations, 1966 ISKCON and then 1972 BBT. For preaching purpose, ISKCON, and for writing purpose, that is BBT. So organized way, isn't it? So nicely Prabhupada fulfilled the desire of his spiritual master. And then 1974, Prabhupada completed that historic adventurous. Actually, if you read in Lilamrit, you'll get to know how Chaitanya Charitamrita in 18 months, it was being edited, printed, and everything was ready. Not 18 months, 18 volumes, I think in 2 months. So devotees practically, they were doing paintings, and then so much continuously they were doing, they used to get tired, then they used to sleep, then another devotee used to get replaced and he used to continue further painting, because in a book you see the paintings also, right?
So that it should look attractive, Prabhu, that's why.
They sacrifice practically their day and nights just to fulfill the desire of Prabhupada, to get the Chaitanya Charitamrita ready.
Yeah, means like they used to prepare paint, means like one painting they used to take a little prasadam, another painting they used to paint. Again,
it's being made by Prabhupada has given the purports and all, and Prabhupada's disciple, they practically sacrificed so much. That's 1970.
Yeah,
even
It's like it's
1975,
everything
another historic place in Vrindavan, Prabhupada established Shri Krishna Balram Mandir, which is going to be Prabhupada's final resting place. And that's what 1977, at the age of 81, is November 14th, Srila Prabhupada left this material world in Vrindavan, India. And he joined with Lord Krishna again. And of course, Lord Krishna, ultimately pure devotees, wherever they're always united with the Lord. It's not that when Prabhupada was here, he is not with Krishna. Prabhupada was here also he was fully connected. So the Lord Krishna chooses his dear devotees so that they come here and they demonstrate this. Lord Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, but then a demonstration was not happened. How to live Bhagavad Gita. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came himself and he demonstrated as a devotee how best we should practice. And then, but then afterwards also many things happened. The time was lost. Now the modern era is going on. Then Srila Prabhupada comes and then again demonstrates how the old man, one single old man, without any penny, right? Nothing practically. 40 rupees, what you'll count? Nothing comes nowadays. Right? So
$8.
all alone showed, exemplified, demonstrated. So we all also can take our small baby steps so that we can also follow very, very nicely and reciprocate with the Srila Prabhupada's dedication as best as we can. So I'll just write those 4 principles so that we don't miss out the words nicely. We'll open the new tab. Yeah. You all are able to see the screen here? PPT.
Yeah, Prabhu.
I'll connect. Because sound is now. Yeah. You all are able to see the screen?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay. So these 4 principles before also we have studied once. I'm sure if I write, you'll remember immediately. Or yeah. So what are the 4 principles of ISKCON? Srila Prabhupada gave us. First, books are the, you remembered? Books are the basis. And then purity is the force. Then utility is the principle. And then finally, teaching is the essence. Okay. So this is big. Okay, so this is how Prabhupada is given us. Books are the basis, because today morning the devotees were giving offering, so they were sharing this principle. Anything is building or anything is there, base plays the major role. Foundation. So if our Krishna conscious, we want to make a solid foundation so that we can go on in our life steadily, no matter whatever difficulties, challenges, struggles comes. The foundation is strong, building will stand very, very steadily in the heavy rains, in a very, very blowing wind. Nothing will happen to the building. Like that, material world is a place of problems, difficulties. But if you regularly study Srila Prabhupada's books, then surely it will make our Krishna conscious very, very strong. So His Grace Anandmaya Prabhu was speaking today morning. So regularly study Prabhupada's books, but out of his humility, he was telling, let us pray to Srila Prabhupada and take this vow that every day we will read Srila Prabhupada's books. At least one per part, one page, whatever best, daily. Regularly means daily. And Prabhuji was telling, we means I'm speaking about myself also. I should also try to read every day Srila Prabhupada's books. So we should take up, we have officially the session as such in the Saturday, but other days also we read from the Prabhupada books, but then personally also we should study Prabhupada books. And then the purity is the force. Because if you don't live on those teachings, then how will show to the other people in a proper way, right? So purity, we have to cultivate a good practices, and that's why morning program is very, very important. Right, in our temple, Srila Prabhupada has given us morning program. Every day morning, getting up, attending Mangala Artikas, and then chanting the rounds, Darshanarti, Guru Puja, Bhagavatam class. Complete morning program we attend. That gives a solid purity. All our anarthas, everything gets checked. Maya cannot touch us, provided we do morning program very, very seriously. So we all also should plan, all of you are at the homes, but then whatever best way we can pick up and come to the standards, it will make it very, very amazing, practical for all of us. Then you see how force means what? Like something comes out of force, immediately it floods everything. It pushes everything away. Like that purity we have of our own life, then wherever we go, whatever we do, like Prabhupada, his own purity forced the entire world to change. So Prabhupada made the part of the world into Vaikuntha practically by settling these ISKCON temples and such wonderful organization. And then finally, utility is the principle. Kaya, Vacha, Manasa. What are best? Best to give our life. If you're not able to give life, at least give wealth. If you're not able to give wealth, then at least give intelligence. If not that, at least give some words. Try to tell others, at least practice Krishna conscious. Right. So utility is the principle. What are best our skills, talents, abilities we have, God gifted to us. Like Arjun, utilize all his archery skills into full-blown fight against the adharma. Hanuman, as soon as he what do we say, recollected his powers and everything, immediately full-blown, so straight head on the Lanka that burned practically. Right. So utility. So we should also try best. God has gifted us in a various ways, all the various things. So try best to set a very wonderful platform so that we offer best service to the Prabhupada and best service to society, and do good for oneself in that way. And then the preaching is the essence. Ultimately, right, Prabhupada sacrificed his life. He would have been happily living in Vrindavan. So there are some devotees who are born in Vrindavan, but then they go out for some business or other works. There are other devotees who stay in Vrindavan, but they continue living in Vrindavan only. Some devotees are not born in Vrindavan. One more category, it was Prabhuji was telling. Yeah, the fourth one, they're not born in Vrindavan. Third one, they're not born in Vrindavan, but they come to Vrindavan and then they settle there. But the fourth one, they're not born in Vrindavan, but they carry Vrindavan. Their heart is always in Vrindavan. And they carry Vrindavan everywhere and they make Vrindavan in all the places. And who is that personality who has shown us this thing? Yes.
Prabhupada.
Yeah, Prabhupada. He carried Vrindavan to America, the Bowery Hills, where the people had no culture about God, but he established Vrindavan there. So New Jersey, Prabhupada made New Vrindavan. San Francisco, Prabhupada made New Jagannath Puri. Los Angeles, Prabhupada made New Dwarka Puri. In Hyderabad, in Medchal, we have New Naimisharanya. Right? Practically, you see everywhere, all over the world, Prabhupada turn into the new places, making them into the Dham. So how this happens? By sharing the knowledge, preaching. And that's what now next month it comes a very, very important. Actually, not this month only, it starts 15th November to 15th January. This is a book marathon period. Right? So reach out to the people, share the great gift of Srila Prabhupada, what Prabhupada has given us. So today morning, our devotees were sharing. You want to see the best of the Prabhupada. You want to, of course, everything is the best of Prabhupada. Everything is best only. But Prabhupada says, you want to see my best things? Books are my best thing. So we can distribute the books as much as possible, more and more best way. Give the gifts to the people and encourage them. And books are like bombs. They go, surely they will bring out the great revolution in the life of the people. So preaching is very, very important. Harinam Sankirtan and book distribution and prasad distribution. By that we can reach out, connect more and more. So now we have only few of you attending here, but then eventually all of you share and invite, and we reach out to more and more children and students, more and more everyone, they will get benefited. So that's what we can try from our side, what is best. Prabhupada sacrifice for all of us. That's why today we are so happily learning, practicing. We need not to go with the 40 rupees and go to America, Australia, anywhere. Right? Everything is given ready-made. Food has brought up to the mouth. Now we have to just take it, chew it, and relish it, and then share it with others. So how we can repay the debt? Prabhupada said, you follow what I have given you and share with it others. It's impossible to repay the debt of our spiritual masters or gurus. But then we practice what they have given us and try to share with others. So then that way we can reciprocate with Srila Prabhupada's contribution, sacrifice, dedication, surrender. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada for coming in our lives and sharing such this best of the things, best of the God, right? Best of the process, best of the names, best of the people, right? Best of the food, everything is best, and best of the destination also. Right? So that was Srila Prabhupada's glories to giving to all of us. So this is a day, and as such, not only for today, today gives us a great opportunity to remember more intensely, but all the day also. That's why every day we have Guru Puja. We remember Srila Prabhupada every day. Every day morning Mangalarti, we remember our spiritual masters and Srila Prabhupada, right? So that's why we should never forget. There is no reason also to forget in our life that, okay, now I can forget what Prabhupada gave me. No, that was also point our devotees were sharing morning. So it's very, very important. So one who has not received, he is unfortunate. But one who has received, but then he is not practicing and he left it, then he becomes most unfortunate. Okay. So we're fortunate. Now we should not become unfortunate by leaving the things, right? We should become more fortunate by cultivating more strong connection, right? And that happens when we understand, when we follow these wonderful principles what Srila Prabhupada has given to all of us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you all very much for joining, extending. Somehow we wanted to project about Srila Prabhupada's live things. Already, I think online, all of you have seen the darshan. ISKCON Hyderabad channel, you can watch wonderful live darshan. And then tomorrow, because today is a lot of crowd has come. The place is very difficult to go on camera and show all of you very steadily. But tomorrow also that decoration things will be kept up. We'll show you very nicely again tomorrow also. Tomorrow's session. Thank you all very much for joining. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Let us end with Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhisya kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Tirobhava Mahamotsav ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.